Hey guys, this is Isha.
Hi Amaya.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Hiubang Show.
Before
we begin, guys, please subscribe to this channel, turn your bell on, leave a comment in this video, like this video, share this video.
And also, before we also begin, if you are looking to endorse us on videos, email us at hiubangshow@gmail.com. Anyway, guys, Kange Perme, who is our friend from Northeast India, requested through me personally on Facebook.
Thank you for reaching out.
Thank you for reaching out, by the way. Who's asking us to react on Ladakh's Ice Stupa project?
Yeah, it's covered by Al Jazeera channel,
Al Jazeera channel. So this is going to be interesting. So
it's like kind of like a documentary, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
So check it out.
Check it out. Al Jazeera is a news channel, right?
Yeah, news channel.
Millions of people rely directly on glacial meltwater for survival. Due to climate change, these reservoirs in the sky are disappearing at an alarming rate. Some scientists have predicted that by the end of the century, much of the Himalayas could be practically ice-free.
Oh.
Here in Ladakh, which experiences only 50 millimeters of annual rainfall, glaciers have been the life source for centuries.
Oh, berarti dikit banget ya.
Due to climate change, over 14% of the local glaciated area has been lost in the last 50 years. I'm here to visit an engineer who's come up with a beautiful and extraordinary way of preserving the glacial water using monuments made of ice.
Hey, there's a rainbow.
In the town of Leh, I meet Sewang Dolme, a local environmental scientist. I understand that you are a bit of an expert about climate change and the effects on mountain communities. Can you give us a sense of some of the challenges that they're facing here in Leh?
The main crisis is that you have a Hiubang Glacier.
Is that what we can see right there?
Yeah, that's Hiubang Glacier, and that's where 80% of the water is coming for the Leh residents. And that glacier is receding at a very fast rate. And every family in Leh has a guest house, and they drain groundwater like anything. If there is no glacial water to recharge the groundwater, then of course there will be water crisis. You will see people, fighting over water.
Literally?
Yeah, literally. The situation is getting worse by the day.
Almost a billion people.
Jadi mereka ambil esnya itu, di-convert jadi air.
Source of water. Because there's no rain.
Almost no rainfall, katanya.
And Funchuk Anchuk have been working here for more than 40 years.
What is that?
It looks like a nice tea.
Pink. The color is pink.
Okay, so cheers. Have you noticed any changes, perhaps with the seasons or with the levels of water? Here in the region of Ladakh, the population relies heavily on the Indus River. But with the situation getting dramatically worse, a local engineer, Sonnam Wanchuk, has stepped up to the challenge of helping the villagers adapt to these changes.
In January, February, nobody needs water, so the streams flow and go into the Indus and into the ocean. Whereas in April, May, everybody, all plants, all humans are all dying for water, yeah? And then there's acute shortage of water. What Ice Stupa does is, by using winter water, storing it in the form of ice, and it melts exactly when there is this acute shortage. That spring problem is solved using winter water into ice that melts in spring, and then you're set.
How they preserve?
Mountain school he founded in 1988, Sonam has been refining and teaching his ice stupa concept for the last 2 years.
Pipe brings water, falls down, and becomes a stupa, right? You know, next 40-50 years, the people who will be running this world are now in schools and colleges. I want to engage them in these innovative ways to be sensitive towards the environment in the mountains, so that will be in safe hands. And before we go to the ice stupa, we'll see a little demonstration of how it is formed. Huh?
Okay.
Now that,
this is interesting.
suppose, is the mountain, and that bucket there is, say, the stream. From the lake or the stream, water comes in the pipe, which is underground, but here you can see, and there's pressure in the pipe, and then it comes like this. So you can see small droplets, which means water is exposed to the -20, -30 air, loses its heat and freezes. There's no moving part, there's no electricity, just gravity. That's the beauty of it. Good.
Oh, they kind of sprinkle it to a certain level, so it kind of freezes.
Yep.
We're heading up to the ice stupas further up in the mountains. First, we have to make a
What science? I felt science.
Just watch it.
Oh God, okay, what have we got into here?
Hi, I'm Alex Schultz. And
Don't you love guys with
2015, we took a surf trip to Bali, Indonesia, and saw
Okay, we will take it later.
They use these for the ice stupas to help the ice form. So this is a kind of vital part. It's like the skeleton of the stupa, if you like.
Oh, pakai pohonnya sebagai kayak infrastrukturnya gitu ya. Dingin banget ya berarti ya.
It's my contribution.
Okay, at least you contribute.
There it is. Wow. Never seen anything like that before. This is... Now I understand. You know? It's quite it's a bonkers idea. It's quite crazy, really. The design of the stupa is critical for its success. It must have a minimal surface area to provide a maximum protection from the sun. This enables it to last long into spring, sometimes up to 4 months. If the same volume of ice was a flat glacier, it would melt within days. This dude's climbed the top with his crampons and ice axe, and he's thrown down this rope, and he's just pulling them up piece by piece and just adding them to the pile. The prickly buckthorn is added all the way to the top of the
Oh, tambahin lagi ya ke apa figurin apa saya stupanya.
So it not melted easily.
And when you see the size of it, you really understand how that could have a significant impact for irrigation.
Jadi kayak mereka bikin gunung.
Volume of water is there.
2 million liters. 2 million liters, yes.
At the bottom of that tunnel, really in the heart of the ice stupa, is this large pipe. And that's the one that's channeling the meltwater down from the glacier up on the mountain. It's coming down to the base of that pipe, and because of that head of pressure, it's forcing it 15 or 20 meters up into the air and out into a sprinkler to coat the outer structure. It's quite spooky, isn't it? Sonam's vision isn't just about a handful of ice stupas in one mountain village, but hundreds of them, protecting the entire Himalayas and helping irrigate.
Gila, itu pasti kencang sampai bisa orang berdiri di atas tersebut toh.
5,000 trees were planted in 2015 and are irrigated each spring with the water harvested from the ice stupas. He's already won global recognition for this project. What's the future for these guys? Where do you see these going in the next few years?
I see it going in 2 different directions. Lower and lower, towards the people in the villages, higher and higher towards the highest parts of the valley, where you can grow many of them, chains of them. So our hope is we could reglaciate what we have lost to buy time and adapt to changing climate.
So we've just lost the sun over the hill there. It's getting cold very quickly, but we've got a plan. We've got Stanson and Thomas here, and they've brought some prayer flags to tie up onto the top of these 2 ice stupas, and we'll get a sense tomorrow morning how effective they are at creating these amazing structures.
The water in the pipe
is released overnight when temperatures reach -20 or -30
Oh,
degrees.
airnya tuh.
Oh, here it comes! Ah! Slowly building up these structures until they reach heights of 60 or 70 feet.
Tuh disiapin dulu strukturnya.
Yeah. It's like oil rig. It's like you've struck oil, but you've struck water, eh?
Langsung beku itu.
Iya, karena beda ketinggian kan, dia dingin banget di atas.
The next morning, I returned to the stupas to see the changes that have happened overnight.
Oh, gede loh.
Iya,
Wow. Oh man, look at that. That is fantastic, isn't it?
Ketutup tuh langsung.
Iya.
I want to climb up it, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Let's see. If I get stuck, I'm going to make quite a nice addition to this sculpture. I'm just thinking, they're going to come back tomorrow and find me in here. Bearing in mind, the whole reason that they're doing this is to try and conserve that winter meltwater. It's like a kind of water battery. They charge it up in the winter, and then it melts in the spring.
We are losing our glaciers almost for no fault of ours. Life would not have been possible at all in this desert had it not been for those glaciers. Because it had this fossilized water from tens of thousands of years ago, we are able to survive. And if they are gone, we'll be gone. And it'll be a real desert with no life. People in big cities, if they lived simply, then people in the mountains could simply live. Yeah? And sooner or later, it will come to their own doorsteps. So we should be sensitive to see the first signs and mend our ways.
That was incredible.
Incredible
That
and
was incredible.
brilliant.
Because a lot of times, I'm really glad that somebody take a stand. Somebody notice the signs
of
before anything bad happens. Because what they are trying to do is not a permanent solution.
Yeah.
It is actually a temporary solution.
Because they say like we kind of do this to adapting to the climate change.
Yeah.
They say,
Don't you think like government everywhere should be focusing more on projects like this? You know, like for example, there is this issue with our city, Jakarta.
Yeah.
Did you know that Jakarta is the fastest sinking city?
The fastest sinking city
in the world.
The most populated.
And the most populated. It's so bad. But I don't know whether or not our government has been trying to solve that problem or not. But to see this happening in Ladakh, of course, it is because of the use of the glaciers as water being consumed too fast. That's why it's been decreasing lately. To see somebody take up like that particular professor to prevent that, I thought that was very noble. That's what I thought. And hopefully, there are certain issues that we as a people that we should take notice. We should like try to make a change. That's what I thought.
That's the main issue is actually the climate change.
Yeah.
So maybe what we can do here, which is far away from Ladakh, is kind of the principle of reuse, recycle.
Yeah.
And
the 3 R's.
Yeah. So the least that we can do is like reduce our use of plastic.
And like you say, not only in Ladakh, we have so many issues right now all around the world. Overuse of plastic. You see, I'm pretty sure you have seen a lot of videos where sea animals
kind of
are entangled,
become a victim of our habit of using plastic.
As humans, we must look beyond our daily life and focusing more on the future of our generation. thank you, Kang. Oh, what is that? Thank you,
Kagak Perme.
Kagak Perme, for
requesting
showing
this
us that. That also kind of showed us the beauty of Ladakh,
Ladakh, yeah.
which is, I believe, located somewhere in the surrounding the Himalayas.
Near Himalaya.
Near Himalaya. I still don't know my India geography because, like in the previous video,
Yeah.
Aya said that. Did you know from Delhi to Mumbai took about 14
See?
hours? So I didn't know.
See?
I didn't know.
So,
Anyway, guys,
thank you for watching and see ya. Cut.